Hello friends, today we will be discuss about probability. These are the contents: addition rule, multiplication rule, conditional probability are the contents for this video. Introduction. Exhaustive event. An event of all the various possibilities. Mutually exclusive event. Two or more events are said to be mutually exclusive if the happening of one event prevents the happening of the other. Example, tossing of a coin or throwing a die. Independent events. Two or more events are said to be independent if the happening or non-happening of one event does not prevent the happening or non-happening of the other. Example, tossing of two coins simultaneously. Probability. If an outcome of an event consists in exhaustive, mutually exclusive, equally possible cases of which m of them are favorable to an event E, then the probability of the happening of the event E, which is denoted by P of E equal to P, is defined by P of E equal to M by N. For not happening, P of E dash equal to Q equal to 1 minus P. P of E plus P of E dash is equal to 1. Addition rule. If A and B are any two events of sample space S which are not mutually exclusive, then P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. If A and B are mutually exclusive, then P of A intersection B is equal to 0. Then P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B. Multiplication rule. What is the multiplication rule of probability? According to the multiplication rule of probability, the probability of occurrence of both the events A and B is equal to the product of the probability of B occurring and the conditional probability that event A occurring given that event B occurs. If A and B are dependent events, then the probability of both events occurring simultaneously is given by P of A intersection B is equal to P of A multiplied with P of A by B. If A and B are two independent events in an experiment, then the probability of both events occurring simultaneously is given by P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. Conditional probability. What is conditional probability? The probability of occurrence of any event A when another event B is relation to A has already occurred is known as conditional probability. It is depicted by P of A by B. Formula. When the intersection of two events happen, then the formula for conditional probability for the occurrence of two events is given by P of A by B is equal to P of A intersection B by P of B, or P of B by A is equal to P of A intersection B by P of A. Data scientists, policymakers, engineers, decision makers, other professionals are the users for this probability. Weather forecasting is an application for probability. Before planning for an outing or a picnic, we always check the weather forecast. Suppose it says that there is a 60% chance that rain may occur. Do you ever wonder from where this 60% came from? Meteorologists use a specific tool and technique to predict the weather forecast. They look at all the other historical database of the days, which have similar characteristics of temperature, humidity, and pressure, etc., and determine that on 60 out of 100 similar days in the past it had rained. Probability in politics. Political forecasters use probability to predict the chance that certain candidates will win various elections. For example, a forecaster might say that candidate A has a 60% chance of winning Candidate B has 20% chance of winning. Candidate C has 10% chance of winning, etc. To give voters an idea of how likely it is that each candidate will win. Probability in traffic. Ordinary people use probability every day when they decide to drive somewhere. Based on the time of day, location in the city, weather conditions, we all tend to make probability conditions about how high traffic will be during a certain time. For example, if you think there is a 90% probability that traffic will be heavy from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. in your area, then you may decide to wait to drive somewhere during that time. Probability in sports betting. Conditional probability is frequently used by sports betting companies. For example, suppose the following two probabilities are known about some basketball team. P of team A star player is hurt is equal to 0.15. P of team A wins intersection team A start player is hurt is equal to 0.02. Probability in grocery store staffing. Grocery stores often use probability to determine how many workers they should schedule to work on a given day. For example, a grocery store may use a model that tells them there is a 70%, 75% chance that they will have more than 800 customers come into the store on a given day. Based on this probability, they will schedule a certain amount of workers to be at the store on that day to handle that many customers. Probability in healthcare. The doctors give medicines to the patients to recover from the illness and build immunity power also. Doctors prefer the probability technique to check the risk factor of the patient. While giving medicines, doctors also use the concept of probability to estimate how far it is going to cure and how far it takes to recover. Thank you, friends.